Quick story. A girl and a guy met and fall for each other. They both love music, so decide to work together. And they were pretty good at it. Now on the surface, everything looked perfect. But oh, the stress of the city. So they decided otherwise. They packed up and left for the countryside. And that's where we meet this family, raising their children, growing their own food and their business together, on a quest to find a new normal and a new sense of happiness. And if you're looking for the same thing, then join us and we can unpack this thing called life together. Where are my manners? Let me introduce myself. I'm Shamel Olwago, my husband's Amondi Olwago, and together we are Nile Ochi. And this is Z-Quest. Hello again, and we are back for another episode of Z-Quest. Welcome back, and nice to have you if you're here for the first time. Please also, we are on YouTube as well, so if you're just a listener, that's fine, but if you would like to watch the video version, we are on YouTube at Nile Ochi, and subscribe and like, and it helps our algorithm. So what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about a new life on Mars.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I like space and all of that stuff.
I know you like space.
Well, listen, I'm not an astrophysicist, but I think it's interesting to talk about it.
You. I think saying that you like space is a understatement.
Do you know what? It's interesting to talk about it because it's what's happening.
Love space.
No, but hold on, it's what's happening now. Though. You have to understand that we going towards a new world where people are going to try to get on Mars. Fact.
They can try.
Yeah. You've got a problem with it. I don't think you do. Have a problem. I think it's more one of those things you're like, yeah, well, solve the problem on Earth first, and then you can think of going on to Mars.
Oh, is that what I said?
Yeah, you always say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, first of all,
go on.
Let's talk about the planet Mars. And what do you know about it?
I had the pleasure of finding out about Mars. This week? This week was our anniversary, and someone had the smart idea to. I gifted him a film that I'd been putting off. That's how.
Okay, we're not gonna go there, right?
I gifted him a film that I was putting off watching.
Yeah.
The whole name didn't speak to me. The backstory didn't speak to me. But I'd said a long time ago I would watch the film with him. So alas, in the spirit of anniversary. 15 years, by the way. I'm very happy for that.
Yes.
You can keep the film, but the rest, yes, I'm happy for.
All right, good.
Okay.
Better.
And
you can't refuse a movie, and then
I can't very well have. I've run out of excuses. My back was against the wall, so I had to give in that day. I was like, fine, I'll watch this film with you. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I give it a strong 2 out of 10. But. Yeah. In the film, it's Ad Astra, and they worked it up so much, and I was riding along the whole way, and I was just like, oh.
Well, I give it a 1 out of 10. Yes, surprisingly. I told you I was very disappointed for many reasons. But anyway, we can get into this later.
It was more like build up, why? Build up, I'll let it go, build up, why?
It had no real storyline as far as I was concerned. There was no reason for them to do the actual movie. It wasn't great.
I feel like each part of the storyline, yeah.
And I was highly disappointed because they compared that movie to The Martian and to Interstellar.
How dare they?
Which those movies are like the top of the range when it comes to space movie, science fiction movie.
How did it? Maybe you lot feel differently.
I don't think it's science fiction because it's actually something that's very real and can happen.
It's science. Let's call it
science.
It's still science fiction because it comes under a made-up story.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet.
That has not happened yet. It's a story someone's written based in science.
Do you believe we're going there? Do you believe?
I do think yes.
Those storyline will most probably happen.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So what do you know about Mars?
So after the excruciating 2 hours,
you know, I give you that. I agree. It was terrible. I was like, and you know, it takes a lot for me to do that, right?
I'm the nodder out of both of us.
Like,
I nod off for nothing.
And we're like, babe, you're right. Yeah. I had to front, you know.
When is he going to give in and say, you know what?
Never. You know I don't do that.
I know you don't give in. Yeah. I'm not going to waste my beautiful wife's, my kind, caring, beautiful wife's time today.
Yeah, but don't go there. I was very patient.
With what?
Like I asked you.
Waiting to watch the film in the first place? True.
A long time ago.
True. You've asked me. You've got 2 years. I've put 2 years in your face.
Like I said to you, the only reason I wanted to watch it is because they actually compared it to great movies, and I thought, I must watch it. Brad Pitt. He's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
He has a lot of great movies on his belt.
He's a legend.
He's a legend. Right. So he's a legend, and I thought, what back can happen? I mean, nothing. Not. I was really disappointed.
And surprisingly, the acting was never once the problem.
No,
they had heavy hitters.
Exactly. But the storyline, even down to the technical aspect. I mean, all the effects and everything.
Yeah.
Very professional movie.
Amazing.
Amazing, great. But anyway, so Mars. What do you know about it?
That I don't. I don't want to go there, and I don't have any interest in living there. I love Earth.
Yeah.
I'm an Earthling.
Yeah.
That's one off the bat.
Okay.
Number 2, it's not sustainable to live there.
Well, we're gonna get into this in a minute, but what do you personally?
Okay. Hang on a minute.
I'm asking you this, okay? It's because all right. I wouldn't say most of the people, because I don't actually know facts for fact, but a lot of people, they know about Mars, this planet, but do they know in detail, or at least some important information about it? And I'd like to know what you, without being someone that is like a fan of Mars, what do you know about it?
I don't want to sound ignorant, but I'm going to put it out there, okay? Because hold in mind.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I do other things in life.
I know you do.
Okay, fine.
Go ahead.
That people use it as a concept to say that men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Are you disappointed in me? At least hide it.
No, it's not that. I'm not. I was like, it's so far away from what I was asking you in the first place. I'm talking about in
Hey, I never said
concrete information level, not like astrological level, like if you, because I mean, it's not. I don't believe in astrology, but
Fine. And
you believe in astrology, so
I'm gonna get technical. I'm gonna get technical.
Very highly, concerned about what's going on with Mars.
Ish.
And Venus.
Ish. I'm gonna get technical now.
Go. You don't have to be super technical, but like, what do you know about it?
It's the 4th planet from the sun.
That's right.
Whew. Jesus.
It's alright. It's okay. Go ahead.
I was so close to saying 5.
I already done this information just to make sure that
you're humouring us. Okay, fine.
It's not. It's actually
you're humouring me.
No, I'm really curious
to know what I know.
To know what you know about
I represent the general public when it comes to space. How dare you?
No. No.
I do. That's fine.
No. Do you know, it's very, 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 I wouldn't say weird, but really surprising how much you like sci-fi movies. You like Star Trek, you like all those movies, what you like different other movies as well, but I'm just saying.
I'm deep sci-fi, yeah.
But then how you're rejecting the idea of going into space? And you know what? I don't know. There's a group of people out there that's probably just like you, and they'll be like, you know what? I will dream about it. I will watch it, but I won't do it. I'm not ever going to do it, even if it's as common as going to like taking the motorway to go to wherever the nearest city.
Let me tell you something. People enjoy porn worldwide, but don't mean they're going to become a porn star.
You can say that, or you can say people enjoy porn worldwide, but they have sex.
But they'll never be a porn star.
Yeah, no one asking you to be an astrophysicist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I'm sure we can compromise here somewhere.
Okay,
but
fine.
Anyway, yeah. So what do you know then?
I'm gonna get technical now, people.
Go ahead.
It's the red planet. Okay.
Yeah.
Its name originates from the god of war, Greek mythology.
That is partially true.
Maybe it was named by a white person a long time ago.
Most likely.
Right. And it's unsustainable to live there. It does not seem to have any life source on it, or breathable air, or water.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And can I defend myself as far as the rest of the sci-fi is concerned?
Go ahead.
All of the sci-fi I'm into resides outside this solar system and only visits Earth as a back thought for just the human race. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? Because we already in other galaxies. You see what I'm saying? As far as my story.
We kind of left Earth behind.
Time ago. Oh, yeah. No, it's still there. Some people live there.
What I'm saying,
but
mind you, yeah, you're right. But a lot of sci-fi is like, bad thing happened on Earth, and
those are the Hollywood sci-fis. But everybody else who's like nerd sci-fi, it's like, no, nothing's wrong with Earth. It's still there, but we have travelled to other galaxies, and those other galaxies are fully functioning, and we are a part of a bigger species, and there's many of us, and we all do different things, and we all have different languages and cultures, and yada yada yada. Not that the world is ending and we must go to Mars and only a few of us are going to make it. Come on.
Yeah. Well, okay. So yes, the god of war.
Yes.
It's actually the Romans' god of war, the ancient Romans' god of war. The Greeks we used to call it Ares.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spelled Ares.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually like that name.
Ares. Also, Mars is, yes, you're right, it's the fourth planet from the Sun, and the next one from Earth. So basically, the following one
after Earth. Yeah. Third rock from the Sun. Yeah. Good show.
It's smaller than Earth. I don't remember exactly how much smaller, but I think it's like 3/4 smaller or something.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Mars is smaller than Earth.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yeah, it is smaller.
Why did I always think it was bigger?
It is smaller. It is smaller than Earth. Yeah, it is.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's not. I mean, it's not tiny. It's not. It's not.
No, Earth
it's
is
not
massive.
the size of the moon.
Earth is massive.
Not that the moon is tiny, but it's not. It's not the size of the moon. It has 2 moons.
Okay.
Also, what else? The reason why they used to call it the god of war is because of its color, blood color. So it looks red. So the god of war.
Why not? Okay,
Mars.
Fine. Just
that's actually
the energy,
Yeah. Well, that way we can get into this after.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, long story short, we know that's 38% the gravity of Earth.
Is it?
So, which means you'll be able to carry a heavy load without feeling it and bouncing probably around.
Oh,
that's quite nice, isn't it? Very interesting. Yes, you can't. It's not breathable. It's not livable yet. But however, all these expeditions that people are planning, or SpaceX and NASA are actually planning, or actually to verify if there is some life there, like microbian life. We're talking about we're not talking about alien. Well, yes, the alien life,
any life form. Also because partly somebody, I don't remember who it is, discovered on Earth in an area where life is supposed to be sustainable. Small bacteria that were living in sulfur, fixed sulfur near a volcano, and when you get there, you can't really breathe, so you have to wear all outfit. And then they were doing experiment there, and that gave them the idea that it is possible, even though you don't have oxygen and you can't breathe. I mean, on Mars, the atmosphere wouldn't really allow you to, because it's not really an atmosphere there yet. Yeah.
Like that, it's not really suitable for human life yet. Yeah. But what they believe is there is the possibility of water there, and also microbial life.
Okay.
So they want to do a lot of samples and etc. Extract a lot of samples to be able to test it and see exactly what's going on. So that's why they send the actual robots down there that is actually has a small laboratory on board and does all the samples and send back to Earth with a lot of information on the planet. So they quite know a lot about it. So the challenge obviously is to get there. We're gonna get that. We're gonna speak about it in a minute.
Yes.
And to actually see if we can recreate an atmosphere like Earth, because they believe that Mars used to be like Earth a couple of billions years ago.
And then what? And then what happened?
No one knows. But I'm just saying that's the whole point, and it is possible if we succeed to plant trees and all sort of plant, and basically create an environment that will produce oxygen. There. We would.
Herein lies the issue for me.
We would be able to create a natural atmosphere suitable for humans to live there, but we're not there yet. For now, they were trying to do an expedition on there to find out more about it and see if they can build probably some Mars stations for people to live there. Okay, so Elon Musk actually would like to, with his project SpaceX, to send 1 million people by 2050.
1 million.
1 million. Yeah. In 2024, they're going to send...
Hang on, give me a second. You said by 2050.
2050.
Carry the one.
Go on.
Okay, I'm seeing how old I'd be.
Yeah.
I'd still be popping.
Yeah.
I ain't going though.
Yeah?
I am not going.
No.
I ain't going.
Do you know
that
it only takes 6 months to get there now? I mean,
only?
Yeah. Well, put it this way. I think a few years back, the fastest way there, I think, was going to take, I think, 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
So, because we couple of millions kilometers away, miles away, sorry. I think it's 100 and something million miles away from Mars. So we're far, but not that far to say that we can't get there now. So 6 months there and back, that's a year travel. And then obviously, the staying, so you go count probably a 2-year expedition.
Is this your way of trying to break down that you're going to be gone for 2 years at some point?
No, not at all. Doesn't mean I really want to go there. It's just I'm very...
If you had the opportunity to go, would you go?
No, I don't think
my lord.
I don't think...
No. For those who are listening, the eyes said it all.
No, actually, you know what? It's not that. I wouldn't go per se. I think it's one of those things. If I'm old, I don't know, I'm in my 80s, and I'm by myself 80s, 90 years old.
And why would you be by yourself when I'm only 75 and popping?
No, but in a situation like, yeah, but if you're 90s, you don't know when you old age life. I'm just saying, if I'm my children will find everybody is fine. I don't have much left.
I'm not there.
No, but if I was at that point in my life,
yeah, you might want to go.
Yeah, I'm like, if I die on the way there, down there, what does it matter? It's not that big of a deal. When you reach a certain age, you don't see things the same way you do when you're younger. So I'm well aware that by then, not only maybe it might be really common for people to go down there, and it might be a life experience. You're like, you know what? To finish it up, to wrap up the book,
the bucket list.
Maybe. Like, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes. I don't have a desire to go per se, but I can see why it'd be like, you know what? Why not? What's gonna happen anyway?
Do you want that list? Because I've got.
Yeah, we're gonna get into this, but that's young Shem thinking about this, so it's a bit different.
That's what I was saying. I've got a lot of growth to do.
Anyway, so moving on. I've got a couple of questions I want to ask you. Right. So there's a series of problems that can occur if we trying to live on Mars, such as is it even possible psychologically and physically look like take
physically? What do you mean?
Physically, because
without all of the technology, we already know the answer for that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, okay, fine. Let's say we can recreate an atmosphere down there, which means that now you gotta think about your body. You're used to Earth gravity, so even though you're heavier on Earth, and you'll be lighter on Mars, it does something to you, because you see the astronaut when they go into space, they have to train and keep on getting their body working and adapt. So I think the first generation of people that would live there the body may not be used to it and cause all sorts of issues and problems. So that's the thing to think of. True. Because you're much lighter, so the function of your body won't work the same.
This is true.
And they're going to need the exercises your body naturally has on Earth. You don't have it.
The only thing is, in my mind, if they were to create somewhere a place that is habitable there, the gravity there would be the same as Earth's. They would try to recreate Earth's gravity.
I don't think you can. How are you going to change it? Because
but remember on the film, and I know it's just a film, but they've obviously tried to be as close. This is what attracted you to the film, that they tried to be as aligned with what they're planning to make a reality in the future. Yeah. So when you got to Mars.
Yeah.
Once you got inside the space station, gravity was restored to what it is on Earth. You see what I'm saying? People were walking around; they weren't floating around.
That's not really sustainable if you need. All right. It means that every time you're going to construct a house for someone to live in, and to get the exact same gravity, I don't know how that really work out, like how you work this out in terms of, if you open your windows, what happened?
They don't open windows.
Exactly.
I didn't see one window in there. Remember they had
to be pressurized and exactly.
Yeah.
Which means that it's very awkward living. You see.
Well, that's why I don't think it's
for a population to live there.
This is why I don't think it would work. Because the type of mindset you're going to have in order to say, okay, no windows. Or you can have windows, you just can't go out them.
Well, do you know what is? I think what's going to happen, you're going to have to accept that the first generation of people that actually move there going to have physical health issues related to a gravity that 38% is not even off. So you're much, much lighter, which you're going to have subsequently health issues due
Maybe
to
you'll only have health issues if you try to now return to Earth.
I don't think it works like that. I think if you're born there, then your body is probably going to be more likely to adapt. I mean, you saw the
how would birth go there?
I'm not sure.
What a mess.
But I think there's a lot of things we don't know. But anyway, I mean, think about it. If you're born there, then your body from birth to adulthood, then you had the time to actually adapt. Yeah.
What I would say is it would be good if a pregnant woman travels. It's 6 months there, you say. She's got another 4 months. Yeah. And I'm saying 4. I don't know why everyone says it's 9 months. It's 10.
Yeah.
It's 10 and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay,
true.
it's 42 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess the baby would have time inside of the mother to be able to adapt to the outside environment. Because there is, it's very linked to what the mother's outside environment is to the child's health.
Well,
now we don't even know if it's possible for somebody to be born into that.
Well, we know one thing. We know
especially if you have to be wearing suits.
But we know one thing.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, but there's something we know though. We know for a fact that genetically, your body modify itself with your environment, your surroundings.
Over centuries, though.
Over centuries, yeah. So it might take a couple of generations before the first Martian, well, not the first one, but the true Martian, I guess. Yeah. Because now they actually physically can live there with no health issues. It might take a couple of generations. Even if you're born on Mars, like you say, it takes a couple of centuries, probably 1 century or whatever, a couple of years to adapt. Yeah.
Lots of centuries.
So I believe this is not at the forefront of people's mind. I mean, those guys' mind when moving on 1 million people on Mars. I don't think
for me, okay, many questions
the
here.
health side of things, yes, but if you travel and trying to be
what end?
Oh, I'm going to tell you to one end in a minute.
Go on then.
Yeah, but what are the psychological side of it? You're not going to hear any noise from Earth, so I know you can recreate it like a bit in Ad Astra, where they recreate a room where you can hear the waves. Which
really looked like an intimidation room. It looked like a brainwash room, actually, more than a room to help you. It looked like one of those rooms they take you to and kind of pin your eyes open and kind of force you to take in information.
Psychologically, there's all sort of issues. I mean, I see how we're doing during the lockdown, and people are doing well. So I can't see yet that side of things. I think we're not psychologically healthy
enough.
Enough to be able to.
We can't carry anything. We've got nothing to carry over there.
Yes, to do this in safety.
And that's exactly why I think that more resources need to be put into the improvement of Earth before we decide to travel, because guess what that's going to look like in a couple of years? A replica of the disaster that's here.
Yeah, really possible.
Yeah, because, you've just spoken about two simple things. The way that humans are physically going to live there and the way that they are psychologically going to live there. And I've only heard 2 fails.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Another thing is potential virus. If there is life where there is life, then viruses will.
And you're getting humans to handle these things because they're going to obviously extract these life, and they're gonna study the life, aren't they? Yeah. They're going to examine it. They're gonna
at a macro, how do you say it again?
Microbiological effort.
Microbian level, I think so you say it in English. So
look at us.
But I'm just saying, but they're gonna extract it now. But it's interesting to talk about it because it's a reality. They're going there. You're not going to stop them. So that's going to become.
I don't think they should be stopped. I think that they should be regulated.
That is another problem.
And that's the thing.
That's going to become a reality anyway for us or our children or our grandchildren or etc. So and
I don't think they should be regulated by stayers like us. Well, not like us. Like me.
You need to be objective to be able to set proper rules as well. You can't be either of.
So then, who would decide? What, a committee?
Someone like me. No, I'm joking. Silly joke. So, another thing as well. So another aspect of the problem is the environment. your environment, how our evolution in the environment, so how it's going to be recreated, so the wildlife, if there is any, moving eventually animals down there, because that's coming next, where they're going to try and are supposed to move species over there to recreate some sort of environment, and obviously are we going to really succeed to recreate this atmosphere they're talking about? Potentially we could, because we know that plants give off oxygen if they get to consume carbon dioxide. So we know that it can provide you with oxygen.
Yes.
So I guess we can recreate a livable environment. I mean, that's what they seem to say, that basically that's a possibility. So how would be the environment? And so that we don't even know yet here how to deal with our current environment. How do you see that happening? Do you think we can do it? Do you think we could succeed? Do you think the people that decide these expeditions maybe are thinking a bit more forward?
Ideologically, I think it could work. Theoretically, I think it could work.
Yeah.
In human hands, realistically, the way things have been going, track record, poor. So do I think that they can succeed in actually physically going there? Yes. Do I think that they can succeed in recreating a life there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it going to be of quality? Depends what your idea of quality is.
What's your idea of quality then?
Fresh air. Clean water.
They may be able.
I'm just saying. I'm saying. And then if they have it, then they've got it, innit?
Yeah.
Sunshine. Access to earth, soils, humus.
You
growing. I'm just giving the list.
Yeah,
if they got it, then we're all good, isn't it? The ability to travel.
Yeah.
The ability to travel, not far, but travel.
Potentially, we would use less energy if the gravity is 38% of what is on Earth, because you don't need as much energy to travel from one place to another.
That's good for travel, but then how would that work for something that is like the density of the Earth? You see what I'm saying? The density of the things that you're growing things in.
When you say density, what do you mean?
On the Martians, what worked is the fact they were on the space station, so the gravity inside of the place was what it is on Earth. So the soil and all those things stayed where they are supposed to be, on the ground.
Yeah.
What does that look like at 38%?
Well, I guess they've got sandstorm, I guess, because it looks like
So all my cabbages are going to blow away. See what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You took the driest, dustiest, most arid place and decided, yeah, that's where we're going to recreate life.
To be fair, there's no other choice. Trust me, if there was any other choice in our solar system, that'll be the first one to use it.
I think it's admirable, and I think that there are things to do, but it has to be done delicately.
Well, what do you think then? Sustainability, do you think we can succeed then on that? Do you think we potentially could succeed sustainability down there? Is it even an idea that is sustainable to you?
No.
Let's say.
For me, it's not sustainable because the type of lifestyle I want.
So certain what you're saying is only certain type of people will move down there.
Only certain type of people will move down there.
What type of people do you think they are?
There's type of people I think they are, and there's type of people I hope they'll be.
Which mean?
They're not in line with. I'd have to talk to the person who's.
So you think
the casting manager?
That's still in self ideology.
Yeah, because who's deciding this? Who's deciding what? Who's deciding who these people are who go there? Because that will determine the outcome of the success of this project.
Well, I think at first it's going to be scientists and probably Probably scientists. I mean, no scientists per se, because some will have to be scientists.
Engineers,
engineers,
a lot of them,
and in order to build things.
What they need to build.
Yeah.
Okay, and how's that gonna look?
Well, that leads me to another point about resources, because now you send all those people down there. Okay.
Why? No, I'm just trying to understand if it's to recreate a new world.
Well, I think it is. I think the idea behind it's to recreate a new world like Earth. I guess. I mean, it would be because in order for us to thrive, we would need a similar environment. So I believe that's for that, and the possibility of extending what's happening on Earth to another place.
The problem is that's the Achilles for me, because if you extend what's happening on Earth down there, then aren't we just going to mess it up?
Well,
aren't we going to ignore the stark facts? Aren't we going to
what are we
go there for exploitation and gain over sustainability and actual quality of life?
All right. Why are we messing it up on Earth then?
Because we've put profit above all.
Okay.
And we've made a food chain within a food chain.
Okay.
So yes,
I understand.
Like humans, we are part of the bigger, wide society of food chain with animals and all living organisms. Yeah, which we've put ourselves at the top for. Yeah. I beg to differ if we haven't got our technology. Yeah, a lot of people think they're at the top of that. We're not at the top.
No.
I think we're like fourth or fifth.
Well, it depends. That's something. I mean, it depends how you interpret. Are you interpreting the food chain? If
exactly.
you being at the top, it's not necessarily anything to see with your physical abilities.
That's my point. Humans always feel that whatever there is a system of, that there has to be a top and a bottom.
Yeah.
This idea of top and bottom.
Yeah.
They're only going to recreate this idea of top and bottom, and that's what they've. Someone's got to be at the top. Someone's got to be at the top.
Well,
which is also in itself saying someone has to be at the bottom.
Yeah, there's no top without a bottom anyway. So
yeah, they don't. They see
no
it.
Up without
they
down.
See it in vertical terms, not in horizontal terms.
What would it mean in horizontal terms?
It would mean what it is, that everybody plays a part, but you all have separate connections, but doesn't mean that the same person at the top doesn't have a quality of the same person at the bottom.
Do you think then it could be a situation like America or Australia? There was a time in history when people used to move towards those new lands
for prospect.
Inhabited. How do you say it in English? I don't get it. No one lived there.
But the problem is, people did live there.
Yeah, no, but that's not the point I'm trying to make.
That's the big point.
Yeah, that okay, but set that aside. Yes, because it's not the point I'm trying to make. Even though I agree with what you're saying, I'm just saying.
This is my point.
Yeah, but this is exactly what I'm trying to discuss with you. It's the idea of I'm gonna go somewhere no one owns nothing.
Oh.
To make a success of myself.
That is my point. That is my point.
Though for Australia, they used to send a couple of convicts down there as well. So
that is my point.
We know that. But I'm just saying, yes, of course, the reality is you are going to step on somebody else's
territory. Our assumptions are from our information that we've done on our research is that we are alone in this universe. Our solar system, that we are alone up to now. That's what the research has shown, and that we own it.
Well,
and the real consummation of ownership is just down to who travels there first and sticks something in the ground.
Yeah, well, we do it on Earth. I mean, on top of the Mount Everest, the first person that went on top of it just actually put their own flags there, or whatever. There's so many flags now. Yeah, there's a lot of flags now up there, but I'm just saying.
It has and will always be in the same geographical country it always has been. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Think about it for what it is. That thing has never moved, and people come and put their flag at the top of it.
Yeah, but so
it's always been in that same
we're trying
place
to recreate the same. It's like history repeating itself, really, because.
And then who decides these millions?
You're gonna assume no one's there. You're gonna go and decide. Okay, this
start
is
making
mine,
scrapings.
Which leads me to the questions now. How do we share resources? Because let's say now we get down there and who owns what? And,
the same way we always have.
And
fight to the death.
What's the jurisdictions, the laws are saying? What happens?
Someone will make it up.
So would you say that there's a possibility of war happening down there then?
Potential would be an understatement.
Okay.
There's going to be a clean out and out war.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree.
How much do you want to bet some of those million people that he's going to send down there? I'm saying he, because the assumption is that they're probably going to be male.
Yeah.
Who decides this? And probably going to be white, and that's got nothing to do.
The only reason I think you're saying he is because right now Elon Musk is the figurehead of the person that's really. Really investing into those expeditions, which it's nothing.
That's not actually the reason.
No. But I'm just saying that it's very clear. If you say SpaceX Mars expedition, or you say Mars expedition, people will tell you, okay, Elon Musk, SpaceX, NASA. And that's it. They're not going to talk about anybody else, even if they do. Even I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that people are ignorant, but there is a bit of this is the face of Mars expedition.
That's the problem. That in there is why we'll have a war, because this is not like the moon where you can just whitewash the story and say to yourself, well, we went there first, and then don't speak about how many times India has gone to the moon. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
or
Russia,
how many countries went there before you.
Yeah, of course.
This is Mars, and now they're trying to do the same thing. So I'm like, oh, you lot are going about it the same way you did before. Like, you're the only ones going out there. Like,
well, you know that if you say that today, and you say, well, the Americans were never the first one to go on the moon. There's a lot of
conspiracy theorists around that.
There's a lot of conspiracy around it, and people don't agree. A lot of people.
Hey! Don't fight me. Fight the facts.
It is what it is.
Hey, listen, I never made up the rules.
However, it was a lot of propaganda at the time, because it was.
Of course,
showing,
it was, and that's what I feel will happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this idea of putting 1 million people there. Obviously now it's different, because I feel like it's more multinationals who are going down there to say everyone's going to be white. I don't think that's going to be true. However, who are the decision makers, and what colour are their skins? Because it makes a difference.
Well.
And I'm not saying put a whole load of black people up there, because that would
no, but it's not even this. It's like
don't do that.
Up to now, Africa, it's not the name of the African continent. The name of it is not part of the conversation.
It's not.
We know it's not. But
if you're honest with yourself,
mean that nobody is participating from Africa, but obviously,
all of them aren't. The only place.
It's really funny. I should say that when Elon Musk is actually from South Africa, he's a South African. I mean, I know he's white, obviously.
Yeah.
As you can expect it, because we don't know what happened, but
But that's my point.
Maybe after all, Africa is part of it. Part of the conversation. Like a bigger part than what we think is.
Esque-ish.
Esque-ish, yeah.
Okay.
Depends how you see it.
Well, it's not that. It's about what face it's going to have. It's very important to how this is all going to unfold.
What would be the ideal face to you? Because like you said,
for us to go as
we have to share equally, right?
For not equally, because nothing's equal on this earth. That would be unrealistic.
Well, once in your world, we say we're more civilized because this is what we go by. We're more civilized. No, but this is. I mean, look. I'll tell you what. Yeah. If today you had to do in any of those countries that colonized the rest of the world the same exact thing, you don't have to do it to them in the country. You have to do it to France or England. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You do it to another country.
Yeah.
Like Russia doing to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, this is not acceptable, right?
Yeah.
Time we moved on, we're civilized, we're not going to accept that. So we're going to obviously punish you
for doing what we did ages ago,
For doing what we do, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that we want to know that this is not some things that you can really...
This is why I say stick with the films for now.
Yeah.
Do more research, but stay arse at home. That's how I feel. Because see all of this, it's a definite war.
Yeah.
It's definite war.
But this is the reason why I say that as far as people concerned, you're going to have to look like you're sharing equally. You're going to have a hard time now. Because what you've done, you because already, like I say, the more Occidental country, when they see someone doing some sort of colonizations around the world for another reason or whatever, or they feel like it's not justified or whatever, they're saying that, or nice, you can't do this, and partly there is a truth to it because they shouldn't have done it in the first place. However, now obviously the shoe's on the other side, so it doesn't really work for them. So they point at everything that's wrong.
So now they're hashtag outraged.
It is wrong. Yeah, now they're outraged. So that happens all the time. They dictate the pace of when being civilized is important or not. However, now.
So what makes you think that they are going to say now's the time to be sharing is caring when it comes to space expedition?
Well, that's probably what would cause a war, because you're going to have a hard time to justify owning everything there, because this is not.
Well, this is the problem. It's not a country going now.
No,
these are corporations. You can't. What you're gonna do?
Well,
you see, these are global corporations.
So then what happened? What happened then if you're born on Mars?
Now you're a Martian.
As
I said, who are these million people? Of course it will. That's why some of these are this is in my mind. This is what I'm thinking they're going to do with these million people that they're going to send up there. Of course, great minds. They're going to send the best and the brightest in technology, in science, in all those advances. How they need to hash in some psychologists. I'll tell them right now, because people going to need some help.
They probably will.
People going to need some therapy.
But well, no, they true psychologists. I mean, yes,
it doesn't matter. You need them. You need them on board.
Yeah.
You need them on board. Yeah. And then I think also they're going to factor in some people who are there just for breeding purposes. Pregnancies.
Oh, okay.
So they can already start staking a claim and having people give birth down there.
So you think they're going to do purposely...
Why wouldn't you?
Okay,
why wouldn't you?
So
now to the rest of the world, it's going to be like, oops, she had a baby, but no, she
first Martian
been pregnant.
Yeah,
we all knew she'd been on.
Do you think they're going to do something? It was funny you say that. Do you think that if you're a dad of that baby, now you have a claim to Mars?
Of course
you
do.
Reverse it.
Listen,
because usually it's the opposite. If the baby of someone from another country, then you have a claim to citizenship, etc.
It wouldn't matter.
Now it's going to be the opposite.
He might not have a claim.
Born on Mars,
so I have to raise them there. I can raise so I can raise them there.
Yeah.
So I can raise them there. But then that would mean that in certain places they would have to change it all, because now they'll send that parent home and the child can stay.
Yeah.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah.
Oh, your child can stay, but the rest of you got to go home.
So if you have a child that's born on Mars, it makes you a Martian.
No, it's not going to. They won't do that, because then that means they're going to have to reflect that on Earth, and they don't want to do all of that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
It's very interesting. I mean, if you think about it, that's like, because it's reality. I mean, you have to understand this will happen. It will happen.
With or without us wanting this.
Our words. It will happen. Whether you want it, you disagree about it, you just think like, nah, that's never. Yeah, yes, it will. I mean, we didn't think that. You know that Rocket Man? I don't remember his name. when you used to see that in the comics, you used to be like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love to have these things. And that guy like crossed the channel in England, the English channel, with this like rocket. I think it is one of the things like this. I mean, it's amazing.
That's what he said. He was the same kid who saw that same thing and was like, wow, that's amazing, but he just did something about it.
Yeah.
It's the same as this, like, I'm a Trekkie, I'm sure that a lot of people going on this Mars expeditions are going to be the same sci-fi enthusiasts as well.
Yeah.
But some people are willing to do something about it, and some others are like,
So
I saw season 7, episode 11, and
didn't go so well.
So I'm out.
So according to you, should we try to stop it?
No.
Why not?
We shouldn't try and stop it, because it has to be understood that not everybody is a big bad. A big bad corporation that's going to come and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everybody's intentions are poor.
And how do you?
So
how
you can't make the good suffer for the bad.
Okay, so then that's all fair, and well saying this, but then don't you think as a corporations you're going to have to show your goodwill?
Yes, that's where goodwill steps in.
I know you have this investment, partly probably some government, putting money towards it, funding some or all, because I can see at some point
in some cases,
they will fund part of those expedition. And yes, there's private companies like SpaceX teaming up with NASA and trying to get these whole projects on and going. What should be the initiative that they show people that, okay, I don't mean bad, I'm doing this for science, and also to improve our lives, open opportunities and possibilities of some a different life for the one that wants it, because you don't have to go. I mean, you're not forced. Could it be, what would you say the best initiative be for those people? I've got an opinion, but I want to hear yours, and I want to know yours, guys. I mean, comment and tell us, what do you think should be the initiative of a big corporation that goes out there, new planets, owns everything? Because let's face it, if you put down the money, then you're saying in it. So, but you need to not create a war, because I believe that's potentially a world war or intergalactic, no, not intergalactic, but like a solar system war, whatever you want to call it, that can happen.
I would say that diversity has to be there, and let's not make the same mistakes as before. Okay. Unfortunately.
What diversity?
Diversity in cultures. Because we're not representing just your company, we're not representing just your country, we're going to be representing Earth.
Yeah, go ahead.
Under the guise that we're going to be met by alternative lives or alternative life forms, or maybe we'll be contacted there or not, or maybe we're just going to go out there and start something in the idea that if anything happens to Earth, we have a second choice. Okay. Even though Mars is smaller, so you do the math. That we make something better than before, not make something worse or something just as flawed. Okay. So the way I would say to do that is to make sure that you have a high diversity of cultures and people there.
Okay. And
because what this could easily become is like something like an Australia, where you just put all of your convicts there. Not to say they're going to send bare convicts, but like imagine so it's just going to be great minds and scientists and people who have gone to certain schools, and that's it.
But when you mean diversity, you talk in terms of people or in terms of countries?
I'm talking in terms of people, countries, everything. You know what I mean? It's like every continent has to be involved. Every small country has to be involved.
So then in terms of
there's a million people. You can, even if you had one different person from each country, you'd still have plenty people spare just to run the thing. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to say, no one's saying all of the million has to be equally split between the countries. I'm saying if you say, look how many countries there are in the world. Yeah. Even if you had 2 members per country to represent their country, to sit on the council, and be, consulted in some way and still get the opportunity to travel.
So do you think then it should not be a private mission but an international mission? They have an international space station as it is.
Yeah, so and how's that working out?
They had the agreement. I suppose they had the agreement in
there's plenty of countries not involved in that. I think that what it is this time it has to be a deliberate attempt at letting everybody be heard or have an experience down there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand
because at the end of the day, if you think about it for what it is, if you'd said maybe, I don't know, 50 years ago that there was going to be somebody from South Africa who was going to take us to Mars, people would scoff.
What would they though?
Because it's Africa. Is that because
of the history of South Africa?
It's the history of Africa, period. Whether you're white or black or whatever color you are, because it's people only see. Do you think people only see one color when they go down there, or they see another or two? But it's so diverse, and I think that the diversity of the Earth has to be reflected in the travel to space. That's what I think.
Okay.
So you have to have every nation involved, even on some level. Even if you do it as an initiative. Do you mean to tell me that there is not one enthusiast in every country? Somebody who said...
I do believe
that's my point. Yeah. Even if it's somebody who says, I've always wanted to travel there.
Yeah.
Always. Like, that's my dream. I've dreamt to be an astronaut, but here I'm just a fisherman. I'd love to go. I'm willing to do all the training. I'm willing to do all of that stuff. And when I go down there, I'm willing to play my part. Obviously, they can't just go down there and take it as a holiday. There has to be a job that they do. But there's always menial tasks to do. Don't act like no one has to clean. Like, let's not act like
so in the name of
we're not going to try and recreate something here.
In the name of diversity, you're saying that basically you should involve different countries around the world.
Yeah, because people got different skills and different experiences.
Well. Just now, there's an actual launch they're gonna do. I don't know if it's done. Yeah, upcoming launch.
When?
Crew 2 mission. Like the day's coming. I don't know what day is going to happen. I think on the 23rd actually. Friday. Yeah, 23rd of April. Okay. They're saying basically. All right. This is what they're saying. Yeah. Here is the crew. This is the crew for that's SpaceX.
Let me see.
You can see. All right, so we're talking about diversity. So,
all right,
so tell me what you think about it then.
I'm only seeing 4 people.
I mean, I don't dislike Elon Musk. I believe that.
Hang on, I'm only seeing 4 people.
Yeah, it's just they're going to the International Space Station, I think.
Okay.
If I'm right. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, is this the crew?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
I think they had to delay it or something, but now they're obviously going ahead with it. Well, how do you think about diversity?
What diversity?
Okay. Well, tell us about it.
I'm going to give the rundown. I'm going to give Shane.
Okay. Go ahead.
Megan. Not the stallion.
So, a woman now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey. I guess it's better than nothing though. Go ahead. Nothing against Elon Musk, because I do believe he represents some things a bit more different than what we had before. I know he's a white male from South Africa. But he's not the same. But he's not the same.
Akihiko.
However, go ahead.
Akihiko.
Japanese?
I don't know. And Thomas.
Okay. Thomas is French, right? Yeah, there's a Frenchman there.
Maybe.
Well, I can understand that if discrimination.
That seems like a French name, but
yeah, he's French. Definitely, if it's Pesquet is French. But I'm just saying that.
French origin.
Yeah, he's French. Because I think I read about him before anyway. But I'm just saying.
The thing is,
I'm just saying that
it's the age-old problem.
Yeah.
These people could be the greatest minds, the best people we have to go there. Period.
Yeah.
And there's a fine line to walk between picking the best people to go somewhere,
yeah,
and trying to have diversity and give someone a chance You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can't mess this up.
So
People put money down, so of course they're going to put the best of the best. But if the best of the best in itself does not have that much diversity, then yeah.
So
you're back to square one.
We agree that
that's the problem.
It's going to be important that they're going to have to make a point in showing how diverse they are in those projects. Yeah,
if you're having a plan to take 1 million, if this is for expedition, send your greatest minds wherever they come from.
But don't you think the greatest minds are determined also by the opportunities
that they have here on Earth? Sure.
Around the world, because some countries you may have potential great mind, but obviously because of the lack of funding and the colonizations, the result of the colonization might lead to
and other things.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
That's my point, and that's why if they're gonna fine for this, fine. But you see, when you send 1 million people,
okay, so
it can't look like this.
So the incentive is got to be, because it's really recent, and it's SpaceX with NASA, I think, and then so it cannot. So for you, it can't look like that. It can't look like this. It's got to be a bit more.
You're gonna need a pick and mix here.
You're gonna have to show incentive in order to not create an upset somewhere.
It's not about upset. It's about evolution.
Yeah,
doing things differently and better.
All right.
And I think it's also about truly giving opportunities, because the thing is, it's always the most unlikely places that can give you the most extraordinary things. So
that is really true. Yeah.
With that being said, yes, once you've got all of the great minds out the way, are you telling me there's 1 million great minds that can go down there and you see what I'm saying? And who's going to pick these million?
Yeah. One thing that I know,
is there not 50? How many countries are there in the world?
There's a lot of countries. I don't know exactly, but yeah.
Whatever it is, do you think it goes over 10,000? It's not. I don't even think it goes over 500.
Yeah.
You can put 2 people per country, and you still haven't scraped 100,000 people.
That's really true.
And put the rest of them can be wherever school or whatever excellence you want them to be, but the rest of them kind of have to be people who are willing to be trained and want to be Martians.
I'm thinking
regular folk will have you remember, this is another reason I like sci-fi. Regular folk need to be listened to, because sometimes they walk past something and be like, oh, is that button supposed to be on because it never flashes? Oh, something simple. Because you know when you're deep in it, sometimes you don't have as much objectiveness. Like you can't stand back and say.
It's like when you write a movie, you need the details that the coincidence that happen in life that you would never think about. That which means the movie is interesting now, because it's like, oh yeah, I like the situation, what's going on, context,
exactly.
Rather than be like, yeah, he's gonna do this, that, this was gonna happen. It can't just be a clear.
Understand.
And put them through
training, put them through a questionnaire, put them through all of the hoops, make them jump through all the hoops they got to jump through. So you put the best of the regulars.
Well, what I'm thinking now anyway, I'm thinking for his first expedition, I'm thinking that's probably best, because accident can happen.
I never said for this expedition. So I was specific. I'm talking about when they're looking
really bad, because
come on. I'm not going to do that.
The first expedition to Mars, you want to put on board too much minorities per se. As a company, you're probably going to have some, but you don't want to make something, because the risk is high, because you don't forget that they have to take off, go down there, and they have to be able to land properly and then take off back again from down. There's a lot of things that can go wrong and return back to Earth and stuff like that. So the reality is that the first expedition there might go terribly wrong, and most of the people on board may die. It's highly likely that can happen. I'm not saying that's what will happen, because I feel a lot of technology out there, but
as I said, for now, as you're learning, as you're picking it up,
minorities or low minorities are in there and then they die. Someone's going to say, like, now you know what, they killed them, they never wanted them to go. So there's a part of this as well that
I'm not saying that, and that's the thing
I do believe you're going to have a fair representations of on those projects.
No, it's not representation. It's for common sense diversity. Every time something's been run and it's been too closed off to one set of people, things have occurred where it's like, oh, I didn't see that.
it's not
like this whole entire
sustainable.
It's just like this whole entire thing now that people were talking about social media.
Yeah.
What was the thing that we watched about social media?
Don't remember I think in a previous episode we talked about that actual Netflix show they had documentary.
The documentary about it. That's my point. And they and the people who put it together are saying no, it was just like a group of 50 white guys, and we were just, doing our best to kind of just put together something. Yeah. Therein laid the problem. You didn't have someone come through and be like, this isn't hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's with any culture.
Yeah.
You can't go too much.
Objectivity, that's what you're saying.
You need a pick and mix of people to say, nah, that don't make no sense. And just on a common sense level, and you do need them at different social levels and at different educational levels, because where one person is, hence why I say that they need to have the psychologist on board.
Yeah.
Well, one person's going to be strong in science and their IQ is going to be high. You're going to need a couple EQs higher than that as well.
Well, so basically you're saying diversity
for common sense alone.
Common sense alone is a must.
And for also different perspectives.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different perspectives.
Well, how it looks like to the rest of the world, I think diversity will be important, because you need to be seen as you go in. I don't care how much money you put towards those projects, because at the end of the day, a lot of you guys have that money or sitting on that money or that funding based off of your previous work, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Now, your previous deeds. So, good and bad. So
for now, I say save the best, send the best minds, send the best people.
So
I want them to be able to succeed, but
share quality, share quality is going to have to be
but that also goes for succeeding as to the why.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this in the first place? If it's to recreate life out there and to be able to have something sustainable, then think about those things from the very beginning. Don't let this be a type of thing where you get cancelled. So now, just skip the shenanigans and get to the point where, come on, the obvious.
So now I'm gonna tell you my opinion about these expeditions. I believe that using the wrong word, the condition that for us to go on Mars, live on Mars, create a new life, trying to see opportunities.
Yeah.
You must have a duty as a big private company. Your duty is to invest some of those proceeds back on Earth to make sure that while you are doing your expeditions and gaining some sort of wealth resources, then there's an investment back on Earth so people don't get left behind, because the opportunity, the temptation is too big, where people are creating a whole new world on there and leave people on Earth behind and its problems. So I think government should be stepping in and impose this actual, whether it's on the form of taxations, whatever it is, you must invest back a good amount of that profit back on Earth.
Yeah.
But to make profit, you need people.
Hence why you should put the regular degulars in there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Invested
interest. Can't get better than that.
Yeah. But that's it. Yeah, this is pretty much what I wanted to...
that was a nice conversation.
Do you think so?
I liked it. I mean, I'm not down with actually going.
Good.
But I'm not going to be sitting there chaining myself to the bottom of the rocket saying, no, stay here, don't leave us.
Yeah, we can always enjoy a conversation about something that, you're not necessarily going to want to do. Or,
I can understand the need.
It's nice to hear your perspective on this, because you want to know what people think, generally speaking. You don't want to know people, necessarily someone that thinks like you necessarily all the time. You want to find out, about different opinions.
At the end of the day, I think that it's still something that's a dream to people. And I'm not really in the business of standing in the way of people's dreams, especially when it's got the potential to be something really great. Yeah. It's just that the potential for things to go left with human beings is high. And I would say be cautious for it not to go left.
Do you think we'll ever see a president first president on Mars. They have to decide. The Mars is too big to be one country. They'll have to make many countries.
It's not a country though.
No, it's a planet, but I'm just saying you cannot claim the whole entire planet as a country. So you can have a government that controls the whole entire planet. It's to me, it's greed. And like at this point, you're being greedy.
Oh,
you're going
wow.
to have to separate, and find out who owns what and who's what and where. It will eventually be this.
Can you own something on Mars and own something on Earth?
Do you need a mortgage to own something on Mars?
Why are we recreating these things?
A bank on... They probably have to create banks on Mars.
Do they, though?
I don't know. Maybe we don't need banks anymore, and then it's just,
Well, it can't be absolutely lawless, but...
Yeah.
That's my point. These conversations need to be had.
Cryptocurrency?
Oh, come on. I think these...
Buy a piece of land with bitcoins on Mars.
For what? If everybody... I don't know.
For all we know, it'll be this.
I don't know. I just think that these conversations have to be had before you go down there.
Yeah.
Is that because if not, it's going to be war?
I don't think it ever be. I think people are going to do what humans will do what they usually do, and
they'll fill in the blanks later.
Yeah, we'll talk later. It's usually that happens.
Yeah, unfortunately, usually when the blanks are filled in later, it's usually with bullets.
Yeah.
So I'm not on that.
Yeah, they make blanks.
Have the conversation.
They make holes.
Have the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
speak about it.
Right. Tell us what you guys think. Are you on Mars? Do you want to be a Martian? Have you always dreamt about going to space? Do you think that life is going to be sustainable down there? Do you think it's the real future? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think it's more complex? Or do you think it's just a let's all go? Tell us in the comment section. We are active on YouTube in the comment section. So if you want to get to us, we are there and we will answer you. And until next time, take care of your minds, your bodies, and your spirits.
Ciao.
Ciao.